AITA for leaving my sister's house after she accused me of looking high despite being sober for 1.5 years. Welcome back to Reddit Stories, where we explore stories of deep hurt, family relationships tested by the past, and the question of, am I a bad person, that will make you think deeply about understanding and compassion. Today, we delve into a deeply sensitive and heartbreaking story that raises questions about the boundaries of forgiveness, the importance of trust for those on the road to recovery, and whether an unfounded accusation can destroy a family relationship. The story is titled, AATA for leaving my sister's house after she accused me of looking like I was high despite being sober for 1.5 years? Is OP being overly sensitive, someone who acted appropriately to protect her integrity and efforts, or someone who escalated a sensitive situation to an unnecessarily stressful level? Find out and let us know what you think. This story comes from Reddit user You Sober and Accused OP. We'll call him her OP, who is on a difficult journey to recovery. OP went through a difficult period in the past with substance abuse. It was a painful and misguided period that not only damaged OP personally, but also affected her relationship with her family. However, with determination and support, OP made every effort to change. At the time of this story, OP has successfully recovered from her addiction and has remained sober for 1.5 years, a major milestone and a source of great pride for OP. OP's family, including her sister, whom we'll call Sister Sarah, have witnessed OP's struggles. Despite the scars from her past, OP always believed that her family, especially Sarah, understood and believed in her change. OP was invited to Sarah's house for a small family gathering. OP was very excited, eager to share her joy and demonstrate her progress. Everything went well at first. OP chatted, laughed, and enjoyed the family atmosphere. However, as the evening progressed, Sarah suddenly pulled OP aside and whispered with a suspicious look on her face, "Hey, OP, you look strange. Are you on drugs? You look like you're high." OP was completely shocked and numb. This accusation was like a bucket of cold water thrown straight into OP's face. The happy feeling immediately disappeared, replaced by pain, hurt, and intense anger. OP has devoted 1.5 years of her life to fighting the demon of addiction, to rebuild her life and regain people's trust. Yet with just one look, Sarah, her own sister, is willing to throw away all that effort with a baseless accusation, implying that OP has relapsed. OP tried to stay calm, explaining that she was completely sober and had been clean for 1.5 years. OP expressed deep hurt by that accusation. OP asked Sarah, "Why do you say that? I tried so hard. Don't you believe me?" Sarah still seemed skeptical or didn't believe it completely, or she thought she had the right to worry and say it. Sarah's attitude made OP realize that, no matter how hard she tried, in her sister's eyes, OP would always be a former addict, always labeled and doubted. The feeling of being betrayed and judged cruelly was beyond OP's endurance. With a broken heart and extreme frustration, OP decided she couldn't stay another minute. OP stood up, saying she couldn't take the accusations and needed to leave. Although Sarah tried to hold back or explain, OP was too hurt to listen. OP packed her things, if she had any, and left Sarah's house immediately, leaving behind a family reunion that had turned into a nightmare. Seeking confirmation and advice, OP posted her story on Reddit, asking the community, AITA? OP's post exploded on Reddit, garnering tens of thousands of comments and hundreds of thousands of upvotes. The thread touched on one of the most contentious issues in family relationships and the understanding of recovery, trust, and judgment. The vast majority of the Reddit community sided with OP, insisting that he or she was not a bad person at all. They emphasized that the accusation was cruel and destroyed trust. There is nothing worse for someone in recovery than being falsely accused of relapse. It is a terrible disrespect to your efforts and your innocence. You have the right to protect yourself and leave a toxic environment. This comment received tens of thousands of upvotes and multiple Reddit awards. Your sister's accusations were not only insensitive, but also cruel. She should be supporting you, not doubting you. You did the right thing by leaving. A person who truly cares would ask, "Are you okay?" Not, "Are you high?" There's a huge difference. Your sister is labeling you and not acknowledging your progress. If that's her way of supporting your recovery, then you should distance yourself as much as possible. It's sad. As someone who's in recovery, I know how it feels. Feeling doubted by loved ones is one of the most painful things. You're not wrong to defend yourself. A few comments have tried to offer a more balanced perspective, or suggested more tactful communication from Sarah, or considered Sarah's mental state, possibly due to excessive anxiety. Sarah may just be worried about you and doesn't know how to express it. OP has every right to be hurt. This is a huge misunderstanding and needs a serious conversation to resolve. This comment is often disputed and receives fewer upvotes. Sarah is wrong to make accusations. But OP could have also tried to calmly talk for longer instead of immediately leaving, which could have made the situation worse. Criticizing the narrator. These are extremely few, often focusing on suggesting that OP is being too sensitive or should be sympathetic to Sarah's concerns. YTA. Your sister is just worried about you. Understand that people who have gone through that phase may have signs that others see. Leaving like that is too much and disrespectful. This comment is often strongly refuted and receives many downvotes. In addition to the comment 1,000 times NTA mentioned, another comment has also touched the hearts of many people and caused a storm of emotions with its sharp analysis of the devastation of accusations and the importance of trust in the recovery process. NTA. One of the pillars of recovery is trust and support from loved ones. When your loved one, who should be the one to trust you the most, makes such a baseless and cruel accusation, it can destroy all your efforts. Your actions are not being overly sensitive, but protecting yourself and your innocence. This is a line that your sister has crossed. This comment received thousands of upvotes and awards, highlighting the importance of support in recovery. The Reddit community has not only given their verdict, but has actively engaged and expanded this thread into many deeper discussions, offering advice and sharing personal experiences. The impact of false accusations. Discuss how deeply hurtful false accusations can be, especially for those in recovery. Scars of the past. How parents' siblings can find it difficult to let go of a loved one's past, and how their expressions of concern can be harmful. Supporting an addict. The best ways to support someone in recovery: encouraging, trusting, non-judgmental. Setting family boundaries. When to set boundaries with loved ones, especially when they engage in toxic or disrespectful behavior. Personal experiences in recovery. Countless stories from people who have or are in recovery, sharing their challenges and hurtful words, actions. Overall, the Reddit community has been overwhelmingly supportive of the OP, seeing her actions as completely justified. After receiving overwhelming support and insightful advice from the Reddit community, OP has found strength to cope with this difficult situation. She has provided some important updates on how things have gone and how they are doing. Family distance. The relationship with Sarah is still very strained. She may have tried to reconnect, but OP needs more time and doesn't want to get back together right away. Other family members may have been drawn into the argument, some supporting OP, some supporting Sarah. Prioritizing peace. OP has decided to prioritize her peace and mental health. OP understands that continuing to put herself in questionable environments can negatively impact her recovery. Focusing on herself. OP continues to focus on her recovery, attending support groups, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Feeling validated. The outpouring of support from the Reddit community has helped OP solidify her belief that leaving was an act of self-preservation, not selfishness or oversensitivity. Hopeful but cautious, OP still hopes to repair her relationship with Sarah in the future, but will require a sincere apology and a change in perspective from Sarah. OP will not rush back without reassurance of trust. OP feels both sad and strong right now. Sad about her broken family relationship, but strong for standing up for herself and her innocence. OP realizes that recovery is not just about quitting drugs, but also about rebuilding self-esteem and setting boundaries with people who might hurt her. OP is willing to accept the consequences of honesty and self-preservation, and will continue her recovery journey with determination. OP's story is a poignant testament to the challenges people on the road to recovery face, especially when dealing with prejudice and distrust from loved ones. It highlights core issues of understanding, forgiveness, and the importance of proper support. The conflicting emotions in the story OP's: initially a desire for connection and pride in progress, then shock, pain, deep hurt, anger, and feelings of betrayal when receiving accusations. Finally, sadness, disappointment, but also determination and strength in defending herself. Sister Sarah's could have been haunting anxiety from the past, lack of trust, or tactlessness in making accusations. She may have acted out of fear or ignorance about the recovery process. Reddit communities: from outrage, for Sarah, to deep empathy, for OP, to rational analysis of the psychology of addiction, the role of family, and proper support. The Reddit community, in this case, has served as a powerful source of support and a voice of understanding. For someone in recovery, accusations like Sarah's can be devastating. The Reddit community provided a safe space for OP to share her pain, receive validation, and know that she wasn't alone. The overwhelming NTA verdict not only validates OP's actions, but also provides a platform to educate others about the importance of trust and support for those struggling with the past. Character analysis: OP, narrator, represents a resilient person who has overcome the greatest challenge of her life and is working hard to rebuild her life. OP is sensitive to doubt because it is something that can destroy her recovery process. The act of leaving is an act of self-preservation, not an act of impulse. Sister Sarah represents a family member who may still be haunted by OP's past. While it may stem from anxiety, the way she expresses her anxiety is extremely insensitive, toxic, and deeply hurtful to her sister. She needs to learn to trust and support properly rather than judge. Lesson learned: trust is a key element in recovery. Recovery. For people in recovery, the trust of family and friends is extremely important. Unfounded accusations can undo all their hard work. Avoid stereotyping and labeling. Judging someone based on their past, especially their past with addiction, is cruel and unfair. Everyone deserves a chance to change and be trusted. Words have the power to destroy. A careless accusation can cause much deeper damage than the speaker intended, especially when it taps into the listener's greatest vulnerability or fear. Set healthy boundaries. Sometimes, to protect your mental health and recovery, it is necessary to set clear boundaries. Even distance yourself from loved ones who are toxic or untrustworthy. Educate and understand. Families and communities need to be educated about the recovery process so they can support their loved ones effectively and humanely more. Self-protection is not selfish. Leaving a toxic situation or environment is a necessary act of self-protection, not oversensitivity or selfishness. OP's story is a clear example that in life, we are always faced with situations where it is necessary to protect our own integrity, efforts, and mental health, even if it means damaging a family relationship. It is a profound reminder of the importance of understanding, compassion, and never judging someone based on their past, especially when they are trying their best to become a better version of themselves. What do you think of this story? If you were OP, How would you handle this situation? Have you ever encountered a situation where you were unfairly doubted or judged by a loved one? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thank you for following Reddit Stories. See you in the next story. AITA for choosing my boyfriend's family event over my friend's 30th birthday party? Welcome back to Real Reddit Moments, where we explore everyday dilemmas, boundaries crossed, and am I a bad person? Questions that make you think deeply about priorities in relationships and the expectations of others. Today, we delve into a deeply real and heartbreaking story that questions the boundaries of friendship and love, the importance of special events, and whether choosing one over the other is selfish or a rational decision. The story is titled AITA for choosing boyfriend's family event over best friend's 30th birthday party? Was OP a careless friend, someone who did the right thing by prioritizing their romantic relationship, or someone who put a close friendship in an awkward and hurtful place on a big day? Find out, and let us know what you think. This story comes from Reddit user Relationship Prioritizer, OP. We'll call her lot him OP, who is facing a difficult choice. OP has a best friend, whom we'll call friend Alex. Alex and OP have been friends for a long time, sharing all the ups and downs of life. Alex's 30th birthday is a big milestone for Alex, and he planned a big special party to celebrate the occasion. Alex invited OP to attend well in advance, and OP was so excited, she promised to definitely show up. However, a few weeks after accepting Alex's invitation, OP's boyfriend, we'll call him boyfriend Ben, invited OP to an important family event. This was a big family gathering or anniversary for Ben, the first time OP had been invited to such a large-scale event with his family. Ben emphasized that the event was very important to him and his family, and OP's presence would be very meaningful in integrating OP into Ben's family. The problem arose when OP realized that these two events were scheduled on the same day. OP felt extremely confused and pressured. On one side was her best friend's 30th birthday, a milestone that could not be missed. On the other side was her boyfriend's important family event, where OP had the opportunity to strengthen her relationship with him and his family. OP spent a lot of time considering. OP talked to Ben about the situation, and Ben also expressed that he really wanted OP to be at his family event. OP also tried to find a way to attend both, but due to time and location constraints, it was not possible. Ultimately, after much thought, OP decided that attending her boyfriend's family event was a top priority at this time, as OP felt it was an important step forward in her relationship with Ben. OP reached out to Alex to inform him of her decision. OP explained the situation sincerely, expressed regret, and apologized for not being able to attend Alex's 30th birthday. OP offered to organize another special private celebration with Alex, or send a meaningful gift. Alex reacted with extreme anger and frustration. Alex said, "My 30th birthday only happens once in a lifetime. You're my best friend and you chose to meet your boyfriend's family? That shows you don't value our friendship." Alex felt deeply hurt, betrayed, and abandoned. Alex believed that OP had prioritized a new relationship over their long-standing friendship. The argument escalated. Alex said that OP had deeply disappointed him, and ruined her special day. OP felt completely justified in making this difficult choice, but was accused of being a bad person by her best friend. Seeking validation and advice, OP posted her story on Reddit, asking the community, AITA? OP's post exploded on Reddit, garnering tens of thousands of comments and hundreds of thousands of upvotes. The thread touched on one of the most contentious issues in modern social relationships, prioritizing friendship and romance when both parties have important events that overlap. The vast majority of the Reddit community sided with OP, insisting that she was not a bad person at all. They emphasized that prioritizing a romantic relationship is normal and that Alex overreacted. When you're in a serious relationship, your partner's family becomes an important part of your life. Your 30th birthday is important, but it's a friend event. Your boyfriend's family event is a step forward in your relationship. Alex is being too demanding and doesn't understand life stages. This comment received tens of thousands of upvotes and multiple Reddit awards. You tried to explain and offer to make it up. Alex is being selfish by not accepting that you have other lives and relationships. This is a major family event for your boyfriend that means a lot to your relationship. Alex has every right to be disappointed, but this reaction is unfair and shows that she doesn't put you first like she thinks she does. Alex needs to understand that you can't be everywhere for everyone. She's not the center of the universe. As someone who has been in a similar situation, I understand. There are times when you have to make tough choices, and prioritizing a long-term, serious relationship is perfectly reasonable. A few comments try to offer a more balanced perspective, or suggest more tactful communication, or consider Alex's feelings, maybe feeling left out. Both parties have reasons to feel this way. Alex's 30th birthday is important to him. OP's meeting his family is important to her. It's just an unfortunate coincidence. Both need to be more understanding. This comment is often disputed and receives fewer upvotes. If the relationship is permanently ruined. Alex is wrong to overreact. But OP could have also given more notice or found a way to make Alex feel more appreciated even if he couldn't attend. Criticize the narrator. This is relatively small and often focuses on OP not taking a close friendship and milestone seriously. YTA. Your best friend's 30th birthday is only once. You promised. Your relationship with your boyfriend is very long. You chose your boyfriend over your best friend, which is sad. This comment is often strongly refuted and receives many downvotes. In addition to the comment 1,000 times NTA mentioned above, another comment has also touched the hearts of many people and caused an emotional storm with its sharp analysis of maturity in relationships and the difference between friendship and love. NTA. Life changes, and so do our relationships. When you enter a committed relationship, integrating into the other person's family is a natural and important step. Birthdays can be celebrated in return, but the opportunity to make a good impression on your boyfriend's family may not come a second time. Alex is acting like an immature friend, not understanding that you can't be best friends forever the way an elementary school kid would want you to be. You're not abandoning Alex, you're just prioritizing your own life. This comment received thousands of upvotes and awards, highlighting the importance of maturity. The Reddit community not only gave their verdict, but also actively engaged and expanded this thread into more in-depth discussions, offering advice and sharing personal experiences. How friendships change when someone has a partner, family, and new priorities. Unrealistic expectations from friends. When friends become too demanding and disrespectful of each other's other relationships. How to handle a scheduling conflict. Advice on how to communicate tactfully. Offer to compensate or seek mutual understanding. The importance of integrating into your partner's family. What it means to attend each other's family events for the growth of your relationship system. Personal experience. Countless similar stories of having to choose between important events of friends and family lovers. Overall, the Reddit community has been overwhelmingly supportive of OP, seeing his actions as completely justified. After receiving overwhelming support and insightful advice from the Reddit community, OP gained the strength to face this difficult situation. He has given some important updates on what happened next and how he is feeling now. Relationship with Alex. OP's relationship with Alex remains strained. Alex remains angry and refuses to accept OP's apology or offer to make amends. OP feels sad about losing a close friend, or that the relationship is no longer the same. Ben's family event. OP attended Ben's family event and everything went well. OP had a great opportunity to get to know and make an impression on Ben's family, which strengthened OP's relationship with Ben. No regrets. Despite being sad about the breakdown in her friendship with Alex, OP does not regret her decision. OP believes she made the right choice for the development of her current relationship. Lessons on priorities. OP learned an important lesson about how life is full of difficult choices, and sometimes you have to prioritize constructive relationships for the future. Focus on the present. OP is focusing on building a relationship with Ben and his family, while also holding on to the friends who truly understand and support her choices. OP is currently feeling both sad and peaceful. Sad because her relationship with Alex is affected, but peaceful because he dared to make a difficult decision and stand up for his priorities. OP recognizes that relationships change over time, and maturity includes accepting that not everyone will understand or agree with your choices. OP is willing to accept the consequences of that choice and move forward. OP's story is a vivid illustration of the challenges of balancing important relationships in life. It highlights core issues of priorities, expectations, and the importance of understanding in friendship and love. Conflicting emotions in the story. OP's. Initially, joy and desire to be there for both parties. Then comes pressure, awkwardness, and sadness at having to choose. Finally, steadfastness with the decision, serenity for having prioritized correctly, but also regret for the broken friendship. Friend Alex's. Feelings of excitement and anticipation for a close friend. Then comes disappointment, deep hurt, feeling abandoned, and anger at being rejected. Reddit communities. From outrage, for Alex, to empathy, for OP, to reasoned analysis of maturity in relationships, personal rights, and priorities. The Reddit community, in this case, acted as a steadfast support and a voice of reason. When OP felt confused and criticized by her close friend, the community provided a space for him to share her story and receive empathy and validation. Receiving an overwhelming NTA verdict helped OP strengthen her confidence in her decision. This proves that Reddit can be a place to seek understanding, support, and helpful advice when dealing with complex personal and social issues. Character analysis. OP, narrator, represents an adult who is capable of making difficult decisions about priorities in their life. OP attempts to communicate honestly and offers to make amends, showing respect for both relationships. Friend Alex represents a friend who may not be fully mature in their approach to relationships. Alex sets high expectations and lacks understanding of OP's other priorities, showing selfishness and inflexibility in friendship. Lessons learned. Prioritization in relationships. When you enter a serious relationship, your partner and their family often become a higher priority in important events. Life changes, so do friendships. Friendships can change and evolve as friends enter different stages of life, e.g., dating, marriage, having children. Realistic expectations? Friends should have realistic expectations about each other's attendance at events, especially when scheduling conflicts or other priorities come up. Honest communication. When a difficult choice must be made, honest communication, apologies, and offers to make amends are important to maintaining a relationship. Birthdays are important, but not the only ones. While birthdays are important, life has many other important events, and it's not always possible to prioritize them all. True friendships are understanding. A true friend will understand and sympathize with your difficult choices, rather than getting angry and destroying the relationship. OP's story is a clear example that in life, we are always faced with situations where it is necessary to protect our priorities, even if it may hurt us. Love others. It's a poignant reminder of the importance of maturity in relationships, of setting clear priorities, and of learning to understand and accept that everyone has their own lives and relationships. What do you think of this story? If you were OP, how would you handle this situation? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to choose between important events for your friends and family/lover? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thanks for following Real Reddit Moments. See you in the next story.